I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Sports Medley. I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick warning. This week is strictly about baseball, considering there's really not a whole lot going on with any other sports right now. So if you're not a fan of baseball, this isn't the week for you. I appreciate the support still. Definitely check out next week, see if there's any other material. But yeah, we're going to talk about the fantasy or the trade deadline reactions rather, and how some of the players that have already been traded to their teams have been doing, and where I think some of the top guys can still end up with the trade line coming up this Wednesday, the 31st. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you see, the first guy we're going to talk about is Andrew Cashner, who was dealt to the Red Sox towards the beginning of the trade season. He was really one of the first guys to be not exactly a big name, but at least like a known name, I guess you can say. And since coming over to Boston, hasn't been great. Numbers are 6.11 ERA with 3 games played with them, and he's got 5 walks to 15 strikeouts. So he definitely can, get it past guys and get the swing and miss. He does have a powerful fastball, which is why the Red Sox probably wanted him and definitely needed pitching with their rotation the way it is right now. But I don't know if he's going to be the guy that they really rely on down the stretch, just because he was having a great season with the Orioles, 3.38 ERA before coming over to Boston. But just in the small sampling that he's been with Boston so far, doesn't look great. Next big trade that went down, and I wouldn't really even call it a big trade, but the next, I guess, known name would be Homer Bailey going to Oakland from Kansas City. Didn't understand this one. I know Oakland definitely needs pitching. Currently, they sit half a game up on Tampa Bay for the second wild card spot. But ever since coming to Oakland, he hasn't been great. Wasn't great in Kansas City. His ERA was just under 5. His ERA now is over 8.5, and just, it's not a good start. In 3 games with Oakland, he's got 4 walks and 15 strikeouts. So, just like Cashner, he's got the ability to strike people out, but he's allowing a lot of runs, a lot of solid contact, and Oakland's got a great offense, but offense can only take you so far. Next we have a defensive trade, I feel like, because Maldonado's definitely not an offensive catcher by any means. I mean, he can run into a home run just like the best of them, but he's not known for his bat. And so the Cubs, I mean, I guess they wanted to give Contreras a day off, and they know that Maldonado has a cannon for an arm, so they can rely on him to get the job done. But statistically, from an offensive standpoint, he's been non-existent ever since coming to Chicago. Honestly, he wasn't that great in Kansas City either. I know they're starting to see a trend in this video, but that's just the way it is. He was hitting 227 before coming over to Chicago. Since coming to Chicago, he's 0 for 11 and has an on-base percentage of only 154 with 2 walks and 13 plate appearances. So again, definitely just a defensive switch here. Most likely just to give Contreras a day off, or possibly use Contreras in another position, try to give somebody else a day off, and just looking for depth is really the only reason why I think that they made this move here. So Terrence Gore was traded to the New York Yankees for cash considerations. We're not going to talk too much about him because not too much can be said. He's just a speed threat on the bases. That's really the only reason why I can consider why the Yankees would trade for him. Not a good fielder, not a good hitter, and really doesn't do anything else but steals and have a lot of speed on the base path. Currently, he's down in AAA because he's not really needed at the pro level right now, but I'm sure that he was brought on the team for the postseason roster for those tight situations that could occur where we need somebody with some speed on the deck. So this move actually kind of caught me by surprise. And honestly, I didn't even know anything about it until I was at the Nationals game against the Dodgers on Sunday. And lo and behold, Tyler White comes up to pinch hit for their pitcher. And I had no idea he was even traded to the Dodgers. I mean, he's a good guy that can do exactly what he did in that game, give you a pinch hit or give a guy a game at first base. But besides that, he's not going to be anybody they rely on to give them over the edge, so to speak. He had a great breakout year back, I think, in 2018 with the Astros, where he hit double-digit home runs, batted over like 275. But outside that, really hasn't been anything to write home about or to give them any kind of hope to think that he's the guy to play first for them moving forward. So I think that's why they went ahead and cut their losses and sent him over to LA. But again, it can just help LA and just giving them an extra bat, to be honest with you. This is an underrated signing in my opinion. I know that he hasn't been great for the Giants this season, but it looks like the Cubs are going to more so use him as a bullpen arm or a long relief guy if they need him, because he can definitely give some innings, and he's got good stuff coming out of the bullpen where he's not going to be too worn out. In his 2 appearances, he hasn't allowed a run. He does have 1 strikeout, so it's a small sampling, and obviously that's hard to gauge whether or not the guy is going to have tremendous success. But with the Cubs, they really don't need a whole lot, and I think that it's going to be beneficial for them and can probably turn his season around. What a great signing for Minnesota. Bullpen help was what they really needed. They have a great offense, great starting pitching with Odorizzi and the other guy, Berrios. And then a few other guys who have given them solid starts throughout the season. But bullpen has really been their downfall, especially in the series against the Yankees. Neither one of their pitching staff showed up, if you watch the games, which were really great for your casual fan who just wants to see home runs and offense and, more scoring, which is great for anybody. But of course, real fans of the game always want to see a tight pitch game, and it's never good to see a guy give up 8 runs in the 3rd inning. But anyway, Sergio Romo has been solid for Miami. He's kind of been really their only bright spot outside their starting pitcher, Caleb Smith. And he's always been a great reliever. He's got veteran leadership. He's been to the postseason with San Francisco. And I think he actually went with the Dodgers too. Of course, Tampa Bay, he had pretty good starts out there. So perfect signing for Minnesota in my opinion, and really what could get them over the hump as far as winning that division, with Cleveland coming right behind them right now. This one still hurts, I'm not going to lie. I thought that Marcus Stroman, New York Yankees, done deal. You could close the book on it. And then, no. The Mets, of all teams, come in and steal Stroman from everyone. He was the best prospect for the trade deadline this season. Sub-3 ERA, pitching the best of his career. And he's got an electric set of pitching, but the Mets, sorry Mets fans, I think that you guys are like 6 games out of the wild card, but come on, do you guys really think that you're gonna make up that difference and head to the postseason? I don't think so. I think why they were after Stroman is strictly to monopolize the trade market for Wheeler or Syndergaard, because now they can essentially demand the best prospect available, and the 2 guys that they gave up for Stroman, they'll be able to replace right away, and they get a top ace with Stroman to complement DeGrom and whoever else is left with that starting staff now that they traded away Vargas to Philadelphia. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. Stroman definitely wasn't a fan of it. Report is that he made a huge commotion after the game once he found out he was traded to the Mets and bolted right out of the locker room. His dad's come in public and said that, he wanted to play for the Yankees. He thought he was going to be a Yankee. But then the reports also said that the Blue Jays were asking for an astronomical price for Stroman, and they just felt that it wasn't in their best interest. So I guess he'll be a Met, and the Yankees will have to play him at least once a season if he ends up pitching in the Subway Series. That's until his contract runs out, and then he can come sign with New York if we still are in the market for him. Hopefully we are, because I definitely like the kid. Would rather see him in the pinstripes for the Yankees. But, congrats Mets on going ahead and stealing that trade. Gonna do it this week, you guys. Not too much to talk about, so I just wanted to give a few reactions to some of the bigger trades that did go down, and hopefully this will get some reactions so I can hear what you guys have to say, what you think about what went down, if you think it was a good trade, who you think might go and where coming up. I know we still got a couple days left with the trade deadline, so hopefully the Yankees make a big move. I'm hearing Noah Syndergaard, Trevor Bauer. Either one of those guys I think could possibly help us. Obviously not as much as Stroman, but what can you do? What's done is done. So definitely, again, appreciate you guys coming checking this out. If you like the music, hit my boy up for Just Russ Beats, provide the music with us once again. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to this page. It helps me out a ton. I definitely appreciate all the support, and I love doing these videos, so I want to keep doing them. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts and reactions each week. It's really fun for me to interact, and definitely want to get a little bit more interaction going there. So I'm going to be putting out videos every week, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And again, thanks for coming and check it out this week. It's been Don Lane. You've watched Sports Medley. Peace.